here is another picture of Tarique Rahman, who is expected to be the Prime Minister of this country. Clearly, Tarique Rahman is dominating all the newspapers with his pictures splash on the front pages of every newspaper here in Bangladesh.
The Bangladesh Nationalist Party has won a landmark parliamentary election with its chairman Tarique Rahman now poised to take oath as the country's next Prime Minister. Now, the party has won a decisive two-thirds majority in the general elections, and according to the reports that are emerging, the BNP and its allies have won about 212 of the 297 seats. The Jamaat-E-Islami and the allied parties have secured about 77 seats. The party head Shafiqur Rahman has conceded defeat in the election. Now, this is the first election in the country after the uprising in 2024 that resulted in the ouster of the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The people in Dhaka are expressing hope for peace and stability and are calling Tarique Rahman as the greatest leader that they could have possibly asked for.
Tarique Zia is an honest man. If he weren't, would people vote for him? Tarique is a great leader. And Jamaat people are against the independence of this country. Those who opposed this country's inception don't deserve to win.
Of course, he's the greatest leader we could ever ask for. And, I don't know. I really hope he is the change that we were looking for after whatever happened in July.
Now, some of the party's founder, the former President Ziaur Rahman and former Prime Minister Khalida Zia, Tarique Rahman, returned to Dhaka in December with his wife and daughter after nearly about 2 decades of self-imposed exile in London. His political journey began in the 1980s. He joined the BNP as a general member and then campaigned alongside his mother in the 1991 national election. In 2002, he was nominated as the senior joint secretary. By 2005, he was spearheading the grassroots conferences nationwide. Now, Tarique Rahman was then arrested during the military intervention in 2007. He was later sent abroad for medical treatment, where he remained in exile for about 17 long years. The BNP chairman has asked the party leaders and activists to not hold any victory celebrations or processions. Instead, he has directed them to offer special prayers across the country, seeking peace for his late mother and for the well-being of the nation. Joining us on the broadcast, we've got my colleague Siddhant Simal is joining us with more updates on this. So Siddhant, this is a crucial election in Bangladeshi politics. It is Tarique Rahman who's come out on top with a landslide victory. Tell us what is happening there and how this is expected to reshape Bangladeshi politics.
Well, Mohammed, 48 hours of hectic developments. I'm here in Dhaka and I'm just near the BNP office, where we saw a lot of supporters coming in and out all throughout the day. Now, we also went to one of the other offices where Tarique Rahman visited and met with the top leaders of BNP to decide the strategy. Now, the big focus remains on the oath-taking ceremony and also the next step forward. Tarique Rahman has a lot on his table, including an economy which remains in tatters and a foreign policy that has seen relationship with India going downwards. In fact, one of the first developments have been his conversation with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was the first foreign leader he has spoken to. The Indian Prime Minister extended his congratulations over his victory. Also, the focus remains as to how situation can be turned around, because many voters who I spoke to in the last 48 hours have said that they want good governance, and there are high hopes from the BNP chief, who is now tipped to be the next leader, the next Prime Minister of this country. In fact, he's the first male Prime Minister of Bangladesh since 1990s, and it clearly looks like that the era of the Begums, both Sheikh Hasina and Khalida Zia, is over. The era of Yunus is ending, and a new era is beginning under Tarique Rahman, and also a politics that sees Jamaat having a stronger presence in the parliament. What role it will be playing will be
Right.
closely watched. We know while Awami League voters all supported BNP, the Jamaat faced headwinds primarily because the women voter also voted for the BNP.
Interesting. Now, BNP is going to be in power there at this moment, Sudan. What are you picking up about how the BNP wants to shape its relationship with India? At this moment, Sheikh Hasina is here in India, and some of the BNP leaders, it appears, want her to be extradited. How do you see this equation proceeding from here?
Well, so far, if I'm reading the tea leaves right, it's clear that the emphasis is to make sure that there is a semblance in the relationship. The Indian External Affairs Minister was in Dhaka after the demise of Khalida Zia and paid condolences. He had carried with him the letter of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, the Indian Prime Minister is the first leader who Tarique Rahman has spoken, extended congratulations. But clearly, the big focus remains as to how the relationship can be taken forward. Well, yes, there will be the overhang of extradition of Sheikh Hasina. I do not see the change in position for the next government. But clearly, the focus will be also on making sure to work on the low-hanging fruits.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Siddhant Sibil, for joining us and getting us all those updates. They will, of course, come back to you as the story continues to unfold.